Hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Encased. Ooh, a sci-fi post-apocalyptic RPG. Now look, I've been threatening to check this out on the channel again because I quite like it, and I just noticed that it's on like half price or something like that. It's on a fairly deep sale on Steam, so you should go and check that out. And this is after the summer sale, so it should still be up at the moment. Okay, so Encased, it's like a CRPG with a really cool sci-fi premise that I kind of bounced off when I first looked at it years ago, and then we revisited it, I'm going to say last year, and I was really, really into it. I guess I'm starting to drift back towards CRPGs and all that. It may, you know what, it may be tied into the fact that garbage writing is so prevalent these days that it hasn't seemed to have messed with your CRPG type games, so maybe that's why I'm interested. But anyway, this really quite hooked me. The whole idea that there is this sort of anomalous zone in the middle of a desert, I can't remember where, and they've built a big dome around it, and it's kind of like, I haven't gone far enough into it to understand the real mystery, but the idea is it's kind of a one-way ticket. So you're going in there and you're doing like science. So it's all very much based around a science facility, exploring all these anomalies in this weird region that's sort of like the size of like more than a city, I think. It's more like a suburb, right? But yeah, once you go in, you can't leave. If you try and cross the threshold, I think you die, but you can send your research data and artifacts and all that back out into the outside world. It's really cool, really unusual sort of concept, and I like it a lot. So we're gonna play some today, and we're gonna see what you guys reckon and see if I'm still into it. And we can put it into regular rotation if that's what you guys want. Okay, so what's going on here? Journey, medium difficulty, also not a bad band. For those who want to focus on exploring the game world. Hard mode, for those who have been playing RPGs for a long time and love challenges. I mean, I guess maybe. Tactics. A journey sounds just normal, and I'm normal. Well, as we say, I aspire to be. Oh, it's 70s as well.
We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage.
Right.
All because of the dome.
The dome.
The dome.
A
territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms.
Yeah.
We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the dome can escape it.
That's it.
Yet even this did not stop the research.
No, you can't stop the science.
The major powers created the Cronus Mega Corporation to develop and explore the dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spire station was built on top of the dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel.
Yep.
The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates.
No, of course. I'd put my hand up.
Pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus.
Look at that mustache.
You were one of those people.
That's it. Let me in.
In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
Tell me that's not a banger setup. You want to hook someone with your concept? This is a great one. Oh, this music's nice. Oh, boom, 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 boom. All right, for starters, we're not being a female, we're being a male. Character backstory. Martin changed professions. He was a bouncer. Hang on. Frank often dreams of Vietnam. Wait, are these all presets characters, or is it actually generating one each time? That can't be right. What? Is this actually... Oh no, finally. Okay, oh my god, so they're all presets. I'm tempted to take a preset, to be perfectly honest. As much as, I hate character customization. We've done this before. But, In fact, you know what? I prefer presets. I'm going to go ahead and say it, which you probably could have guessed. It ties in with the fact that I don't like character customization. Like, give me a story built around a character. Give me someone with their flaws and their strengths and the things that make people interesting. Don't let me just make another bloody dwarf warrior, right? Or the weird people that make an avatar that looks like themselves but maybe doesn't have a crooked nose or a double chin. You know, there's this weird, perverse projection shit going on, and I'm not interested in that. Just give me an interesting character, right? Look at this, Frank Foley. I don't know about your hair, that doesn't quite match there, Frank. Blackwing. Frank often dreams of Vietnam, most of them horrid and revolting. There is no escape from them despite his best efforts. After leaving the army, Foley tried many jobs, but fate had its way. Once a soldier is forever a soldier, which is why Frank joined Blackwing. I mean, okay. What is this? Abel, harsh trials of life, a couple of clinical deaths, and a painful divorce. All of this did not break Abel, but made him a deeply religious person. Surviving a plane crash brought Isaac a fame he never asked for. Fleeing the attention of various reporters, he applied to Cronus, and as soon as his plea was approved, he immediately moved under the dome. Ooh, that is interesting. It's a shame he's got an unironic goatee. Like, I don't know, just shoot yourself. Okay. Blue Wing, Survivor. That's an interesting story, right? Let's do that. Let's just play as Isaac, bugger it. He seems interesting. The Dome is an international project of unprecedented scale. I will go so far as to say that humanity has come all this way to get exactly where we are now. Wars, slavery, genocide, oh my god, all the hot button topics. All of these efforts will pay off handsomely. Wait a moment, bad phrasing. You reckon? The head of public relations. Okay, cool. Interacting with different characters is an important part of the game. Start a dialogue, click on the character. Yeah, I think I can figure that out, game. We have done this before, though it's been a little while. I love their little Star Trek
jumpsuits. A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the clouds. His badge reads Igor Patan, planner.
Yeah, I forgot that we've got a Dan Carlin sounding bloody narrator. Okay, hello Igor.
The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English.
Answer influence 20. I don't have it. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Igor, can't help you.
The thin, pale young woman is sitting at the window, leaning against the illuminator. The glass is slightly fogged with her breath. She turns to you.
Me?
Her shiny badge reads Tomoko Kimura, physiologist.
Right, okay.
We've crossed the border. No way back now. Even traveling by the funicular wasn't so thrilling.
The funicular.
The white presses small hands to her blushing cheeks.
Now, before you jump to conclusions, it's the color designation of their jumpsuits. The city of Crystal Sands, standing at the front of the dome, and the Spire station are connected by the line of passenger and freighter funicular. Oh, that's the tube. It's like the elevator from the top. Specially equipped cabins ply along the line, laid directly on the surface of the dome, transporting Cronus Foundation employees and cargo. Along the line. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Right, yep.
You were thinking, why have no children been born under the dome?
No, I haven't, but that's a good question.
I've got a working hypothesis, but I'm not ready to share it yet.
She says softly, as if answering a question you didn't ask.
Yeah, right. Perception 5. See, this is always a bit of a doozy for me. Because is that really a choice? If the game says that I have the skill to actually make that, then surely that's what you have to take, because it's locked behind other characters that couldn't. You would argue that it's in character that you must take this option. Anyway, it's interesting. We're not necessarily going to unpack all that, but I would think that's the case. Ask Kimura if she sees the dark stain on the outer surface of the dome. Yeah, what is that?
Kimura peers through the glass in the direction you indicate.
Oh, that's the aircraft that crashed into the dome during the first expedition.
Oh, whoops.
I believe that's a wing fragment, and there's some white canvas. What do you think that is? Maybe a parachute?
Yeah, right.
The white shakes her head, bewildered.
Is it a crash on the inside, is it?
It's all true. We're on our way to meet the future.
Yeah, right. What do you mean by we've crossed the border?
Kimura shoots you a surprised look.
Oh.
You're familiar with the details of the briefing, right?
Yeah.
To put it simply, the dome is a selectively permeable environment.
The dome. The most famous and most ambitious creation of the forefathers. What is that? What is that? Who are the forefathers? Indestructible and semi-impervious to living matter. The dome covers about 30,000 square kilometers of desert.
The white draws an invisible hemisphere in the air.
Yep.
Inorganic objects may exit the dome without difficulty,
Yep.
but any living creature dies if transported back to the outside world. That's why we're all stuck here for an indefinite period of time.
May exit the dome. The dome is characterized by its selective permeability. Cargo and personnel are moved inside through the aperture at the apex of the dome. Damaged equipment, dangerous waste, and relics exit this way as well. As for living beings, any attempt to leave the dome ends in death. The trip here is a one-way ticket, but that doesn't stop the daredevils. Right? So cool. Science? I'm not sciencey enough. Wonder aloud why things happen that way.
Kimura is eyeing the dome's mesh, glittering in the sunlight.
Supposedly, it's something to do with the atmospheric composition, but it's a weak theory.
Right.
The difference of the air within the dome is so insignificant as to fall within the margin of error.
Right, yeah, of
Or
course.
to put it more simply, there is no difference.
And that's the best we've got, is it? Okay.
She shoots a quick glance at the silver and lowers her voice.
Silver.
I heard a rumor, or a conspiracy theory,
Oh no.
that we can leave the dome at any time. We've simply been told we can't.
Interesting.
If you ever decide to test this hypothesis, don't forget to leave me something in your will.
Yep, okay, fair enough. That's interesting as well. That's cool. It's already a good setup. It's given you the status quo, and it's given you scientific hypotheses and conspiratorial social sort of stuff as well. And it hasn't told you anything other than here's the thoughts of people floating around. I know I'm making a big deal about it, but writing is just so shit in these games these days. Not this game, obviously. But it's kind of cool that it's like, here's something interesting and sciencey, and here are some angles to think at it, and you make up your own mind. I like it. It's less spoon-feedy than what we're getting used to these days.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Oh, yeah.
Monty James.
Hey,
So-
He
Monty.
glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting, and your CV wonderful. Inspiring, really.
Oh, is this dialogue specific to my preset?
When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful.
That'd be
but
cool.
Silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks.
Right. Okay, so you going through my files unprompted. I'm not silverwing. Ask him what he saw in my file.
Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months.
Yeah, right.
Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Because I'm Blue Wing, right? Tell him you're a good mechanic and the dome is where people with your skills are most needed. It's a good answer. Answer that you're good at computers and the most advanced hardware in the world is to be found under the dome. And say that you're a Blue Wing, admit you're fond of technology, comics and sci-fi, and that you've dreamed of finding yourself in such a place. No, I don't want to be like that. I'm a good mechanic.
Your answer makes the silver smile.
Oh, yes. Ooh, you'll never guess who the dome's official heavy equipment suppliers are. Jupiter Moon and MM Trucks.
Oh, nice.
I'll bet
Some of my
100
favorites.
Kanbans, you'll be working 7 days a week.
Oh, how's that different to the last
An
time I was
uncomfortable
mechanically
silence
employed?
rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with
How
one
good is
finger.
this dialogue and
Look,
writing
there's
already?
A storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green?
I don't think so.
This is my first sandstorm.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, because you're all dickheads on the first trip in like me. We're all newbies together. Mate, I can't answer, I don't know. I don't know much about lightning. What's this bloke doing? Orange.
The orange is dressed in a new jumpsuit. The shiny badge on his chest reads Quentin Bisley, laborer.
Hey, Quinny.
Side-eyeing the screen skeptically. Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly.
Right.
However, the general impression is unmistakable. There's something frightening about Bisley.
Oh. Ask him how he ended up in prison. Oh, so Orange are prisoners. Asks about the bracelets on his wrists.
Quentin raises his hands to examine the devices.
They call them humane handcuffs. How about that? Truth is, there ain't nothing humane about them. They zap you real hard the moment you get your hands on a gun.
Oh, right.
They sure look nice.
Bisley lowers his hands again and smirks.
Right. Well, I'm going to ask it, even though this is a very intrusive question.
The orange's face stretches into a broad smile, bearing his dentures to the world.
Like everyone, duh. In a black car, under guard.
It's
There's
a
other
cheeky
guys
answer.
too. The ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the black-winged woman beside him. Her nose wrinkles in displeasure, but she says nothing.
Oh, so Blackwing are like the muscle, the police.
A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine badge on her black overalls reads, Elsa Olafson, Security Service.
Ah, security.
She glances at you and offers her hand in a businesslike manner.
All right, okay.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa
what-
nods at the orange.
What's so bad about this orange? A
I
bit
just follow
overripe?
orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules.
Olafson shrugs in a sharp, mechanical way, as if racking the slide of an assault rifle.
Oh, okay.
Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer. It's corporate policy, you know.
She gives the silver a vengeful look.
Oh, right, well, I've got nothing to say on that. All right, well, monitor?
Kronos Foundation presents gleaming, futuristic, state-of-the-art cities straight from the pages of science fiction.
Cool.
Well-paid, safe employment, career advancement opportunities.
Wait, why are you pitching
and
it to me?
a
I'm
world
already
class
past the
city,
threshold.
Noble and intellectually.
Okay.
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly
Look at that.
changes.
Oh, this is great.
It looks brown-black through the tinted glass and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there.
Yeah,
Your
right.
eye is drawn to the cluttered eastern section of the dome.
Yeah, look at that.
Where you see a block of warehouses and
That doesn't
something
look good.
resembling an observation deck. The real dome doesn't resemble its image from the ads at all. There are no snow-white cities or vast highways to be seen here.
Oh, okay.
Looking more closely, you can make out a single, lonely road leading north. A few sheds, a radar installation, and the glittering antenna of a radio tower emerge from the mists. Yes, engineers will have plenty of work here.
Yeah, right?
Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice
That
a
excites me,
whirlwind
though.
beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon.
No, well,
It
maybe
must
it
be
is
one of
ordinary
those
here.
anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze.
Yeah, right. Stand on your tippy toes and try and make out the other buildings. Stay that way until landing. Stay where you are, trying to see if you can spot the mysterious forefathers structures. Stay at the window and watch the whirlwind till landing. Join the other group members. I want to watch
The
the whirlwind.
outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the braking devices engage.
Engage. Here we go. This is so cool. I mean, I remember it being cool, but yeah, anyway, I'm waffling, I'm gushing. It's cooler than I remember. That's all I really wanted to say. Okay. And I love this art. I'm going to say it. 70s futurism. But it is very sort of dusty and gritty, which isn't necessarily how that goes. But that's fine. I like the touch. Alright. Hey, Ted. What do you think's inside? I mean the box. Oh, wow. They're actually speaking. Look at this dude in power armor. Straight out of Fallout or something. Alright. Reckon we should talk to this bloke?
Come here. Come on now.
Look at that
or you'll
mustache.
miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve.
Yeah,
A
right.
badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform. which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Can we stop sniffing the
over there.
man?
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars.
Yeah, you refuse the binoculars? Nah, take the binoculars.
You
Let's get
raise the
involved.
binoculars to your eyes.
Look at that storm. Let's
Under
go.
fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger.
All right.
Its core glows with flickering green light and flashes rhythmically, and that rhythm seems to form a complicated pattern.
Yeah, right.
Nazi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of message.
Oh. Well, look, I've got a big reconnaissance score, apparently. I'm going to do that. Stop watching the storm and look at the horizon.
Without tearing your gaze away from the binoculars, you turn around slowly, studying the dome's horizon. It's somewhat unexpected that the dome looks horribly empty. Your eyes find some construction pits dug directly in the sand, and concrete blocks laid beside them. There are almost no roads, or not sealed ones. Only one highway with yellow surface marking stretches among the sand drifts.
Right, yeah. Ask him what scientific and analyst export
The
departments mean.
scientist looks blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
This? This?
He lets out a blaring laugh.
Fair enough.
Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Fair enough. Cool.
Nazi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
Yeah, not true.
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing. But then you can look at the spire anytime. Now that sandstorm, that's what's truly amazing.
That's true. What a friendly guy. But I do need to go.
Nazi looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger.
Mate, that's okay.
The storm is growing stronger.
The white mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Hello again.
The maelstrom is getting even stronger, isn't it marvelous? You better get to the station and don't forget to register or they won't let you on the bus. He shouts over the growling howl of the
See
wind.
ya.
Or the growing howl of the wind. Alright, there we go, let's go in here. Can I can probably move the camera around, I just haven't bothered to try. Oh, look at this, look at the art design. There we go. I can move it with Q and E or with the mouse. Okay, quests, press L. Newcomer to Concord. Pinned quest, main quest. I've got a day to sort it out. Yep. Newcomer to Concord. Oh, okay, just track. Do I get a marker or anything like that, or I press map? Where am I? That's me, I'm Isaac. You know what? Let's read it. You left the spire on a transport pod. Your journey under the dome begins. Your first task is register at reception. Okay. This looks like reception to me.
Mr. Rayhead, would you bring me a cup of coffee, please? Colleague? Well, never mind.
You talking to me?
Hello, come up to the desk.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach.
Yep.
The employee glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled.
All new employees must register first thing.
Yep.
Come up to the desk, please.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with Dean Rayhead, administrator.
Yep, okay.
The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting. Just a second.
Oh, God, here we go.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound,
Oh my
over
goodness.
which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows louder. Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation, I,
man.
Administrator Dean Rayhet, welcome you to your new life under the dome.
Oh, I'd rather die than do that job.
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress.
True, big
You
true.
are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
I will do my
Dean
absolute
squints
darndest.
down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues, and
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
Roger, wonderful. Cool.
Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod.
Dictate your information to him.
You spell out your first and last names and specify your wing, profession, and test results. The administrator's fingers fly across the keyboard as he enters your information into the Cronus database.
Cool.
Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784.
So they keep
You've
telling
been
me.
assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series
Special
of briefings.
bus.
Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Selectron. Electronic key and ID. A computer program embedded in the Selectron grants access to certain areas depending on your wing and rank. Right, so it's my pass key, essentially.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Now you have first-level clearance for a Blue Wing employee.
Fuck yeah, look at me
You
go.
have access to storage, the repair bays, and various workshops.
Oh, cool.
Your Selectron also has a built-in universal key that opens the hatches accessing the air shafts.
Oh, well, I'll keep that in mind.
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details or just the short version?
I mean, look, short version's good. Be
Rayhet
fine.
snorts.
To make it short, get your uniform from storage, your weapons from the armory, pass the Psi abilities test, and complete your weapons training at the training zone.
Jeez.
Then learn how to use the scanner, avoid anomalies, and properly catalog anything you observe. Last, go to the waiting room and wait for the bus to Magellan.
Holy heck. What an induction.
Dean sits back in his armchair.
That's it. I hope there aren't any questions.
No, let's not antagonize this guy.
Rayhet claps his hands in satisfaction.
Great.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
I like that he sees all the
As he's
bullshit
about
as well.
to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages.
Kairos.
Well, that's all I
Was that
have.
my email? Character stored in a Kairos, right? Yep, cool. Okay, inbox. Proceed. Fine. What's this? Activate stealth? No, I'm good, thanks. Use door. Opened with blue wing doodaki. What's all this? Dismantling? Mine clearance? Force? Oh. Right. Alright, let's see. Contact storekeeper Sydney Maynard at the Concord's facility to get your uniform. Okay. If I press tab, does that do something? What about Jay's journal? Where's my bloody inbox? Scan? I want to read my emails. Don't really, to be honest, but I'll do it. Hang on. Inventory. Data. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine.
Oh,
His
Jesus.
badge says, Sydney Maynard, storekeeper.
Roger.
The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sidney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
Right.
This is your first uniform requisition, right?
That's true, yes.
You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Right, can I have my equipment?
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
And before I give you the uniform, please listen to these short
Ask him to
instructions.
skip, you don't care. No, I'm listening.
Sidney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous.
Yeah, right.
You may get shot,
Shot?
spill acid on yourself,
Oof.
get electrocuted,
Oh.
or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly.
Oh, gracious me.
You may also freeze to death or get fried.
Holy dooly. Okay, well.
That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors.
PPE, of course.
Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse.
Sure, understood,
He
yes.
points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course.
Right.
But they're not always available.
No,
So
true.
You'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Sidney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now, I'm going to issue your uniform.
Okay.
The silver disappears into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform.
Yum.
Sidney half unfolds
Can't wait
the
to roll
clothes.
around in that.
The jacket, high boots, and turnip pants with patch pockets.
The technician's uniform screams function over fashion.
Right.
Parts of the uniform are rubberized to protect you while working with electricity.
Oh, well, that's fortunate.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Okay.
Sidney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
So you're interested in what he has for sale? I'm not. Not really. Goodbye. Goodbye, Sydney. So if I press I, can I put my pants on? Can I just double click it? Hey, hey, hey. Look at that. Look how trendy I look. I got little overalls. Yes. What is this? Scanner? Can I equip that? No, apparently not. What's this? Blue Wing Selectrone. Third letter from Cronus. Oh, okay. And combons. $40. Cool beans. Anyway, Encased. It's gonna be a long, slow burn, I suppose you could say. But if you're into CRPGs, they're usually like medieval, you know, elves and friggin' monsters and that sort of stuff. I don't know, I really, really appreciate the scientific twist on this. Not even that it's just sci-fi, but again, that's sort of the Star Trek of yesteryear. Not like modern Star Trek, which has just turned into stupid bloody lasers go pew and explosions and lens flare, right? Like the actual interesting anomalies and science and that sort of stuff. And this game kind of taps that for me. That it's more that we're in this science facility first with unusual anomalies. That could involve shooting and all that, but it's I enjoy the inquisitive nature of this sort of sci-fi. Anyway, that's my little rant on the end. Let me know if you found this interesting. If this is something that you'll pick up yourself, I'd be curious to hear. If you want to see it in more regular rotation, we can turn it into a playthrough. Just let me know. Otherwise, tell you much to leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.